Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. So I have a bit of a deviation from the norm. A game came out recently that I have found myself rather infatuated with. And that game would be Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 4. Yeah. I've been playing the shit out of this game. Like, seriously, I've been playing the shit out of this game. I'm a sucker for these games because they are actually really, really solid fighting games trapped behind an unfortunate anime exterior. And, you know, it's very over the top. It's very action-packed. And actually contains a really good story deep in there. And for those who may be unfamiliar with the Naruto world, basically there are a bunch of magic ninjas that hate each other because nations and pride. And we are about 3/4 of the way through the story, give or take. And that's where this game kind of begins. Starting hundreds and hundreds of years ago at the beginning of what was known as the Third Great Ninja War. It's actually a pretty decent retelling of some of the events of the anime. And yes, Harwood, that's exactly right. There is zero filler in this game, which is one of the main reasons why I picked it up. Ah, the scroll that has the story. And, of course, we're playing the subbed version because fuck everything about the English voice acting for Naruto. It is the worst. It is absolutely the worst. The Japanese voice acting is 100% the way to go. And you know, Harwood, not quite, not really related, but close. But anyway, it actually has us open up the scroll, which I thought was kind of a nice little touch there. And that does kind of show that there will be some quick time events that happen during some of the events of this game. You'll find that these games are actually a nice little mix of a fighting game, a quick time event, a lot of over-the-top action that you are involved in, a lot that you aren't involved in, some that you have to be involved in, or else you don't get the secret scenes, you know, that tell you a little bit more about the backstory of the characters. But you'll see how it all fits together. And so we set our scene in the middle of a dark and stormy night. The first leader of, well, the good guy village. And the first bad guy. Fighting it out forever. Damn it, damn it, damn it. And I'm getting my ass kicked, mercifully in the background, so it doesn't really matter right now. But I thought this was kind of a good little mechanic here to let you practice the fighting. Like, you're getting assaulted in a dream world, and then we're going to go into the actual fight here in a minute. But this kind of lets you practice your moves a little bit, and is a nice accent piece to the story that's being told behind it, you know? You know, Huntsman, I think at the end of the day, the thing that I end up watching the most is Hellsing Abridged, right? And so now we have the magic ninja, what? As giant forests get summoned, as well as huge raging fox demons. But it's okay, they have a plan for the huge raging fox demon. Because that huge raging fox demon, well, you'll see. It's coming for our butts! And we have to very deftly dodge this fucking thing. And, you know, one of the things that I really like about this game is that the input commands are not just buttons to press at a reactive time. The buttons that they make you press and the timing with which they make you press them actually correspond to moves that you would do in the game. So there are parts where, say, your character is about to distract for another person, and in the cutscene, it has you do YB. Well, in the fight, YB is actually the combination of buttons that you would press to unleash a jutsu. You know, a nice little magic attack that does good damage or whatever. And that would be what happens when you press those combination in the cutscene. And so it's just kind of a nice little connecting piece between, oh, I'm actually participating in these cutscenes by doing the same amount of participation that I would in the fight. And you'll see that come up here in a minute. But first we have some battle conditions to try and destroy Madara, who is our enemy. Uchiha Madara. And you see there are a couple of side objectives here that kind of add a little bit of variety to the fight. That is a new addition to this game. But now we're playing as the first Hokage, who is the leader of the main character's village. And you're fighting, well, a childhood best friend, basically, as he's trying to destroy the world. And well, even if he is our friend, cannot let him destroy the world. So kind of got to stop that shit. Kind of got to nip it in the bud. Oh boy. And he's going to try and nip us in the bud by unleashing a whole cavalcade of attacks. But guess what? As ninjas, we have this thing called ninja movement. And it's one of the fastest ways to get around the battlefield. Oh, that's nice. You can see the big old Kyuubi and our wooden dragon fighting in the background. That's a nice touch. Oh god, that hurt. That hurt us a lot. It's okay, we can come right on back in here. Hi. I see you summon fire tornadoes. Well, that's all well and good. Oh boy. The Kyuubi's breaking our wooden dragon. Our wooden dragon is not holding up. Huh. Where did the magic swords come from? Ah, I don't care. I'm gonna get to him. I'm gonna get to him. Awesome. Oh shit. I said get to the damn swords. There we go. Because that was part of the special battle condition, and acquiring the sword gives us an entire new, oh shit, an entire new moveset here. And as you saw there was a nice little cutscene that, well, came in the middle of the fight, really, and had the bad guy sending out these huge waves after us, and we had the opportunity to make more of ourselves to deal more damage there for a brief second. Again, kind of a nice little touch, you know. We break some more of his armor, and that's another new addition to this game. Characters actually showing battle damage. You get bonus points, believe it or not, for breaking your enemy. There we go. The more you can kind of crush their armor, the more bonus points that you get. And we're gonna dodge over to the left, charge in with the after images, and slicey, dicey, and make Madara-sized fries. Love it. Helm Spitter! Damn, that looked like it hurt. Also, the stage is now in half. That's not good. That's not good at all. Suddenly the stage just got half as big. But the good news is our attacks are like twice as long, so we don't have to get near as close of range as we did before. What are you charging up for? Stop your charging. There will be no charging of ki here. Not today, Junior. I say ki. That's Dragon Ball Z. This is chakra. Ah. No, freaks, not quite. If it was, we would be taking down a lot more, well, a lot less impressive enemies. You'll find that these guys are a lot more over the top than even God of War's raging gods. And here we go. So, we just won the battle, but the battle's not over. You can see he still has like a bar and a half worth of health there. So that means it's cutscene time. And that means some impressive jutsu is on the way. Because as you can see there by that star count, the faster that we get these reactions in, the faster that we can do these quick time events, the closer that we can get to the reward, which is the secret scene that comes at the end of the fight. Kind of the, you know, the anime trope of right as the finishing blow is about to be struck, the main character remembers a thing. That's the reason why they do what they do, you know. And suddenly the Kyuubi has armor, has samurai armor and giant swords. So this is cool. And yeah, freaks sound about right. That's basically Naruto in a nutshell. And now it's time for the giant creatures to battle. We have to win this battle with more than 50% left. We have to dodge Susanoo's body press at least once. We have to prevent him from firing the large-tail beast bomb, destroy one of his back arms, acquire Susanoo's blade, and then activate the secret factor at the end of the fight. So that is a huge list of objectives for us. And all we have at our disposal is the giant wood golem. Ow! But that's okay, because that's all we need to be able to finish this shit off. With every punch, we summon that giant wooden dragon that was able to keep the QB down so long before. Wood dragon, ho! And giant anime fist. Oh boy. I think he's pissed, you guys. So now he's probably gonna try some of those attacks that we can take advantage of here. Yep, that's the body press. We can dodge the body press and yeah, that side ram for some heavy damage. Suck it, Madara! Oh, and I love that we're very subtly breaking off bits and pieces of the armor. You can see it right around the tails a little bit, and also right around the elbows. We're actually starting to chip away at the now purple Susanoo armor. And you can see I can kind of use that ninja movement very carefully to dodge those shots, as long as I plan out when I hit the button properly, you know. And dodge, and dodge. Whee! And we get, oh nice, he's blue. Blue is in the goo, baby. Boosh. No, Kyuubi. Kyuubi. That would be the Nine Tails Beast. So one of the big parts of the mythos of Naruto is that there are these magical beasts that exist in the world that can be tamed and controlled and harnessed as weapons. And those monsters are like the big fox demon that was summoned earlier. They have a corresponding number of tails to match their name, Kyu being the Japanese word for 9, so that would be the nine-tails fox. And he is said to be one of the strongest, of course. He actually ends up in the main character. Oh shit, oh shit. This is when we can block him from doing the big ball. Excellent. But for right now, he's actually being used by the bad guy. And you'll see, oh god, that hurt. You'll see that him being brought out by the bad guy like this is actually what gets him put into the main character years not in the future. Yeah, we hit with that fist, son. Is it time? Is it cutscene time? Nice. Okay, we're gonna dodge one, dodge two. Nice. With a dip, dive, duck, and dodge, we got that secret factor. But guess what? We're not done yet, sucker. It's time for this fox to go for a ride. I just imagine this giant fucking anime fox that's literally hundreds of acres large, and we're making a whirlwind. We're making a big old giant whirlwind using his body and doing untold amounts of property damage. And here we go! So long, K-Bowser! Oh, my aching sack will really hurt. And yes, Dan, that's pretty much right. Oh boy, the armor is restored. The user pumps more chakra into its summon, and there it goes. It's on now. You can tell that he's getting serious because of the marks around his eyes. And suddenly, big giant Buddha statue. But don't worry, each one of those hands serves a very special purpose. And by purpose, I mean fist. And by special, I mean punching. So lots and lots and lots of punching fists. Ah, so many punching fists! So many punching fists! So many punching fists! Oh my god, like when I was playing this for the first time the other day, the only thing that I could think of was Akuma's wrath, you know? And yes, that would be the secret factor there, you know, when you get to see the little final cutscene. Oh no, we're taking him on. And with that perfectly timed strike, the title begins. You know what? You know what? You know what? Say what you will about Naruto in general, like as an anime. Say what you will about all that, but personally, that was fucking awesome. Tell me that wasn't fucking awesome. As an opening to a video game, that's pretty goddamn great. And we got an A for that. A overall, because I think I actually got like a B maybe in that first battle the first time that I played it. But that's basically the game. You end up going through playing a whole bunch of missions that tell the entire story. And like, I don't know how much, I mean, we're not going to play through the whole thing on the stream. Honestly, I just kind of wanted to show it off a little bit because it's a neat game. And I don't think they get as much praise as they deserve, to be honest with you. One of the other neat things about this game that was recently added in is that it actually shows you an estimated playtime for each of the episodes. It's been about 15 minutes. Estimated playtime on that first episode is 13. It's about damn right. And so we get a chapter preview for the next chapter, which actually starts splitting the story in twain. And you get to see Naruto and Sasuke as they kind of come back together to fight the ultimate evil that is now bearing down upon them. I am this far, and that is only 76% of the story. I'm imagining that there's probably some more after where the point is right now. But yeah. It's kind of neat. And it's funny, they do differentiate between, you know, where the big battles are with these big flames, and then the ones that just kind of tell a next portion of the story, you know? So I don't know how much you guys would be interested in me continuing on. Do you want me to keep playing the story, or you want to go to something else? I mean, really, like, it's more like that. I wouldn't mind continuing to play this game. I love these fucking games. Harwood says, sure, why not? Not sarcasm. Fair enough. Okay. Well, that main character that I showed. Let's go ahead and view the preview. It's weird that they have a chapter preview for something that's literally about to be unlocked. You know? I've always thought that was kind of odd. And they didn't just play this at the end of the last mission. I feel like they could have done that. But yeah, Huntsman, that's kind of like the best part about these games was a lot of the fighting. I mean, don't get me wrong, the storytelling is great, but it's an anime. Of course it's going to be great. It literally, like, the game literally just has to pull from the show and you're done, you know? Especially anybody who's coming into this as a fan. But it's actually making a game that feels really fun as a Naruto game, as playing as magic ninjas, as doing all that kind of shit. That is the challenge. Personally, I feel like they pulled it off. These games feel really good, especially when you're in like a multiplayer fight with another person and you're able to kind of have fun doing magic ninja stuff against each other. because there are a bunch of different mechanics that can come into play to kind of counterbalance the sheer amount of attacks that can be going back and forth, you know? There are of course, your blocks and counters, but then there's also a substitution jutsu, which can kind of immediately stop a combo that one of your enemies has and transport you immediately behind them. But if they're good, they have a chance to kind of counter back at you. And each one of those mechanics kind of plays into each other, making it so that the person who is the most skilled usually ends up coming out on top, because once you kind of get to that point, the game becomes more about resource management in a fighting game. You can only do that substitution jutsu a certain number of times. Hey Gambino, welcome. Glad you could join us. You can only do that substitution jutsu a certain number of times. You only have a certain amount of chakra to be able to do the counterattack maneuver. You only have a certain number of times that you can block before your shield is gone. So there comes a point where doing the moves and actually doing the fight becomes cursory, and it's all about maintaining your advantage. You know, making sure that the counterattacks that you choose to do are at the right time to do the most damage. You know, that you're not wasting an opportunity because you might not get a second one. You'll see plenty of times where I come along and I'm trying to dodge a move that somebody's hit me with, but guess what? I'm out of dodges. So I'm kind of just stuck eating his heaviest fucking attack because I spam dodged out of the way of something while he didn't have any chakra to follow it up with something that would hurt, you know? So you kind of got to play the resource management game in a fighting game, and that's different. That's fun. It puts a lot more strain on the fight than if it were just managing health and a special meter. Not to mention that you have stuff like activatable items and held two of those items are other moves, and every fight feels different, fun, unique. I will say, the one thing that if I had a gripe about this game, it's that instead of actually using the anime and just letting the show play here, they instead chose to use still images. It's a little weird to me. And you'll see there are other portions where they actually recreate scenes from the show using the CGI models. I wish they had either done that for all the cutscenes or had some places where they just let the show play at a severely truncated and edited down pace, you know. I feel like that would have served a lot better. Because, I mean, goddamn, the animation in that show is so fucking pretty. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Magic Ninja, what? I am a child who's wearing a flaming coat made of fox chakra. How is that not awesome, you know? And it's animated as such. What's funny is without the cell shaded, it's kind of like this. Come here, son of a bitch. Aww, he made me miss. He made me miss. I never miss. I missed again. Did I say never? Never say never. You know what? You know what? Dynamic in 3! Aw, you son of a bitch. Thanks, Mike guy. You are actually terrible. Not really. Guy's one of my favorite characters. Oh, he got away. I immediately did the substitution jutsu, and he decided to get the fuck out of town because that was gonna hurt really bad if I was able to touch him. And then I touched him. Really? Really, Dick? Really, Dick? You're gonna actually sit there and not let me kill you. There we go. And as it turns out, we connected with a special attack when he was at a point where it's going to kill him. And by doing so, it enables what's called a finishing scene. And it's actually usually speaking, it's a scene from the show that kind of played when the moment of victory struck. You know, that critical moment in the anime when this character defeated this character in this particular scene, especially during the story mode. And, you know, kind of another thing that kind of just wraps the whole the whole game in this you're inside of the show feel. It's one of those things where I could explain what's going on. I really could. But the amount of time that it would take is longer than this entire chapter. Suffice it to say, the guy who fell down used the last little bit of his energy to send the main character to the same place that the bad guy was trying to escape to, making his escape feature not work so good. And finally, for the first time, a bad guy who has been masked this entire time gets revealed. No. No. No, no. Another childhood best friend gone awry. No! That's like the crux of the entire show. Seriously, never have a best friend in Naruto because chances are they're going to turn out to be evil. Ugh. And that's the end of the chapter. But we earned an S, so that's nice. And that's a higher rank than we had last time. I need to get all S's anyway because you get something really nice when you do. I want to say maybe like the real ending. I don't know. But anyway. So, if you have an A plot, there has to be a B plot, right? Let's take a peek at that. The Taka Flies. Yep, Dan, you're exactly right. The funny thing is, the next portion of Naruto's story actually tells that very tale. That very story about Uchiha Obito and how that event came to pass is about to play out before your very eyes in just a couple of minutes. And it's pretty great. And now we get a little bit more backstory on Naruto's best friend who went awry, Uchiha Sasuke. Yeah, basically, Dan. Dan pretty much nailed it on the head. And of course there's resurrection, because why not? People can come back from the dead. Don't let that surprise you. I mean, Huntsman, I feel like that's kind of the requirement. Is it not? Like, in order for any of this story to happen, kind of has to be best friends. Right? And so in this entire turmoil, he's been kind of evil douche. I'm going to take my revenge on the place that raised me because they made my brother do a bad thing. And in his confusion has returned back to the one place that kind of started him down the dark path. Basically. Which is where he is right now. Well, Hardwood and Brain Dead, you defeat evil bugs by emotion, by making them feel guilt. That was a good show. I just finished watching it the other day. That was such a good show. I really do hope they get picked up for a season 2. If you haven't seen it, it's on Netflix. Like, it's part of like the Prime, you know, the TV with Prime program. God, I can't recommend it enough. It's got Tony Shalhoub. God, what is her name? Mary Rachel Winstead. Ramona Flowers from Scott Pilgrim. She's great. Oh gosh, a whole bunch of other actors in it that are just phenomenal. And it's a really funny story about space bugs that has an intro sequence to every episode sung by Jonathan Colton. It's not on Netflix, Huntsman. It's on Amazon. And I'm sure you could probably find it on, like, I think it's ABC's website. Is it ABC that makes that show? It's one of them. One of the major networks makes the show, and then Amazon picked it up to put on their service. And, of course, he revives the one bad guy that actually made him who he was, Horcrux style, from the last vestige of chakra he left on the planet. Basically, Orochimaru is the Voldemort of this game, and he keeps leaving behind pieces of himself in other people. And so, in order to kind of figure out who he is, Sasuke decided to resurrect the one person who made him evil and ask him exactly what the fuck is going on here. And eat my Susanoo. Really? I didn't think I did. I'm sorry, Huntsman, but yes, it is Amazon. Also, look at that giant black flame jutsu. That shit's dope, son. Welcome to the dope show. We're gonna kick some ass. Come here, baby. Aw, you motherfucker. I was going for a perfect. I was going for a goddamn perfect piece of ass. And of course, we're gonna defeat him with a super special technique because I can. You're not gonna be taking this body. Not this little supple boy body. Yeah, that was definitely a thing earlier on. When Sasuke was a teenager, Orochimaru was all about getting all up inside Sasuke, and it was really creepy. Like, really creepy. He wanted to get his snake all up inside his skin. That's a thing. And of course, now that we kicked our old master's butt, suddenly now he's working with us again? Sure. Might makes right. Right? Sure. Why not? Cheers. I want to say that they're actually about to add in the DLC for Road to Boruto, which is like the what would be the epilogue to Harry Potter episode 7. Episode 7. Book 7. Where you get to see, you know, the kids of the characters and the next generation, basically. But you see what I mean, like, they take enough time with these cutscenes that are just still images blended into each other that they really could have just let the fucking show play. It would have been so much better. Literally just cut out all the bullshit, carve them down into these essential statements, and suddenly you've made it awesome. Like, done. You're welcome. Gotta keep burping into my nose, and this Coke is killing me. Ugh. If only I still have my septum. And so now they venture off to figure out exactly what it is that Sasuke needs to do with himself. Besides, take over the world. That's basically all he wanted throughout the middle third of the story, was just to take over the world. Take over the world. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think that that is where we shall call it a night. I wish that episode of Batman was a little bit longer, but it's fine. It gave us a chance to kind of play this for a little bit, and honestly, I don't mind at all. This is what I would have been playing if we had ended right about now. Anyway, so I'm glad that we did it. And anyway, thank you all so much for watching on this Telltale Tuesday. Another one is drawn to a close. Hopefully, we'll get some news on the next one soon, and maybe, just maybe, some news on either King's Quest Chapter 4 or, oh, I don't know, Tales from the Borderlands Season 2. Please, 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 I want it so bad. But anyway, see you all on Thursday for more Tomba. And as always, we'll see you next time.